The sky over Earth was quiet, almost too quiet. People looked up from their cities, their towns, their villages, and noticed something strange. The stars, which usually twinkle calmly, now seemed to shimmer with an unusual light. At first, no one knew what it meant. Scientists stared at their screens, military officers checked their satellites, and ordinary people felt a strange unease deep inside them. Then the alerts began. On every major space monitoring station, a single message blinked across the screens. Unknown fleet approaching. Panic spread like wildfire. News channels reported alien activity near the edge of the solar system. Governments scrambled jets, launched missiles, and prepared armies. But nothing worked. The satellites that could track them stopped responding. The computers that should have calculated their speed and trajectory froze. Something was wrong. Something no one had ever seen before. From deep space, massive ships emerged. They were not small or simple. These were enormous vessels, glowing faintly, with shapes that seemed impossible to describe. Each one was bigger than a city. The largest of them, the flagship, slowly entered the solar system. People on Earth could see it with the naked eye. It floated above the horizon, casting a shadow over oceans and mountains alike. Scientists were stunned. These ships, they are not just visitors, said Dr. Amelia Reyes, a leading astrophysicist. They are a force, something we cannot fight in a normal way. The aliens sent a signal, but it was not a message in words. It was a pattern of light and sound, something alive yet mechanical, something beautiful and terrifying at the same time. No one could understand it, but the people who saw it felt it in their bones. There was a warning hidden in that light, a challenge that no human could ignore. And then it happened. The ground trembled. At first, it was small, almost like the earth was shivering. But soon, mountains shook, rivers surged, and cities felt a strange, low rumble beneath their feet. The aliens noticed it too. Their massive ships wobbled slightly in orbit, and their glowing lights flickered. Something about this planet was unusual. In the chaos, a small group of scientists noticed something even stranger. Earth was responding, not to humans, not to weapons, to the aliens. Energy waves rose from the planet, subtle at first, but growing stronger with every moment. It was as if the Earth itself were alive and angry. People screamed in fear. Some called it an earthquake, others a natural disaster. But the scientists knew the truth. Earth was not afraid. Earth was ready. Military leaders tried to attack. Jets flew into the skies. Missiles were launched from the oceans. Lasers shot into space. But nothing hit the alien ships. Weapons misfired. Computers went blank, and pilots lost control. Even the bravest soldiers began to fear the planet itself. How could this happen? How could Earth defend itself? Meanwhile, Dr. Reyes and her team worked frantically. This is not just survival, she said. This is evolution. Earth is choosing its guardians, and we are part of it. We must understand it before it is too late. The aliens hovered silently above the planet. Their ships emitted strange pulses of light, testing Earth's defenses. Every pulse was met with a natural response. The ocean swirled violently. Storms formed instantly, and lightning struck in patterns that no human could predict. The alien leaders did not understand. They had fought countless worlds before, but none had ever resisted like this. None had ever fought back through its people. At night, the sky looked like fire. Clouds swirled in unnatural colors. Thunder roared louder than ever before. Cities trembled. But amid the fear, something remarkable happened. People stopped panicking. For the first time, humanity felt a strange connection to the planet they had always taken for granted. Mothers held their children tighter. Soldiers paused and looked at the horizon. Scientists whispered to each other, eyes wide with awe. And then the aliens sent a new signal. It was different this time. It was not a threat. It was curiosity. They did not expect Earth to fight back. They did not expect the planet to act like a living, thinking being. Their massive fleet hesitated. Their glowing lights dimmed as if they too were confused by this power. From space to the deepest forests, from the highest mountains to the smallest towns, the world held its breath. Something was about to happen, something no one could predict. And for the first time in human history, Earth was not just a home. It was a warrior. The planet trembled once more, louder this time. Humans felt it in their hearts, not just their feet. Something inside Earth was awakening. Something ancient, powerful, and unstoppable. The aliens, who had come to test humanity, now realized they were facing something far greater than a single species. And in that moment, the universe grew quiet. Stars seemed to pause in their motion. The wind stopped. Even the oceans held their breath. All eyes turned to sky. All hearts waited. Earth had awakened. The morning after the tremor, the world was silent. Cities were intact, but people felt different. Something in the air had changed. Birds flew in strange patterns. Rivers glowed faintly in the sunlight. Even the wind seemed alive, moving in rhythms no one could explain. Dr. Amelia Reyes and her team watched everything from their lab. Earth, it is not just reacting, she whispered. It is thinking. Governments were confused. Their missiles had failed. Satellites had stopped working. Communications flickered. Military leaders demanded answers. Why is our planet protecting itself? They asked. Scientists had no full answer, but they began to understand something incredible. Earth was alive in a way humans had never known. Across the globe, people reported strange phenomena. In the Amazon, trees bent and moved to block small alien probes. In the Sahara, sandstorms formed in precise shapes, confusing the alien scanners. In the oceans, whales and sharks swam together, guiding ships away from danger. Earth's power was not random. It was deliberate. Humanity was small, but together, they could influence Earth's defense. Dr. Reyes realized the planet responded most to emotion. Fear made storms stronger. Anger caused earthquakes. Hope and unity sent out pulses of calm energy, stabilizing areas under attack. We can't fight them with weapons, she said. We have to fight with our minds and with our planet. Meanwhile, the aliens hovered above Earth, confused. Their ships had faced countless civilizations before, but none had fought through their planet. Their lights flickered nervously. Analyze energy, one alien leader ordered. It is alive, too powerful, too human. On the ground, humans began to notice changes in themselves. Farmers in remote villages felt strange strength when they protected their homes. Scientists in labs could sense patterns in nature, predicting storms before they happened. Soldiers guarding cities found that the Earth itself seemed to shield them from attacks. The bond between humans and Earth was growing. Yet, fear was still strong. Some humans panicked, spreading chaos and anger. Their negative emotions caused dangerous events. Tornadoes ripped through towns, lightning struck buildings, and the oceans roared. But others remained calm. Teachers, children, families, communities. When they worked together, Earth's power responded to protect them. Dr. Reyes realized something vital. The planet's energy could be amplified. If humanity acted as one, Earth could become an unstoppable force. She sent a message to world leaders. We need unity. We need to think as one planet. Only then could we survive. Not everyone listened. Some leaders still wanted to fire weapons. Some general prepared to attack the alien ships directly. But Earth did not allow it. Jets faltered in the sky. Missiles turned to ash mid-flight, and computers controlling weapons short-circuited. The planet itself said no. The aliens tried a new strategy. Small ships descended to land on remote areas. Their goal, understand humans, destroy resistance and gather resources. But even on the ground, the Earth acted. Forests became barriers. Mountains shifted slightly, blocking pathways. Animals formed strange protective circles around villages. Humans saw it and began to trust the planet. By night, Earth's awakening was undeniable. The sky lit up with colors no human had names for. Pulses of energy stretched across continents. Every human who stood in unity felt it. Together, humanity and Earth were stronger than any alien force. Yet the aliens were clever. They began to study humans, trying to find weaknesses. They discovered that fear and division strengthened their attacks. They realized the battle was not just between humans and aliens. It was between humanity's unity and the universe's challenge. In the labs, Dr. Reyes smiled. We are not just defending ourselves, she said. We are teaching the universe something it has never seen. Earth is alive, and we are its guardians. High above, the alien fleet hesitated. Every probe they sent failed. Every signal they received confused them further. They had never met a species that fought not just with technology, but with their planet. Their confidence faltered, and for the first time, they felt fear. Across Earth, humanity watched the night sky. People whispered stories of the trembling planet, the strange lights, and the strange bond forming between them and Earth. Children held hands with their parents. Strangers helped each other in cities, and leaders began to question old rivalries. Earth was awakening. Humanity was awakening. And the aliens were starting to understand this planet was not just a home. It was a weapon, a guardian, a force that would not be broken. And in the darkness of space, the alien fleet held back, unsure. They had tested countless worlds, but Earth was different. The universe was about to witness something extraordinary. The days after the Great Tremor were filled with strange wonder. Earth had awakened, and so had humanity. People no longer feared the storms or the quakes. They began to understand that these were not random disasters. They were signs that the planet was listening, responding, and protecting. Dr. Amelia Reyes stood on a hill, watching the sunset. Earth is alive, she whispered to her team. But we are its voice. It's what flows through us. If we unite, we can guide it. Across the globe, humans tried small experiments. In villages, children and adults focused on calm thoughts during storms, and the tempest slowed. In cities, collective hope seemed to shield buildings from falling debris. Scientists and engineers built devices to amplify these signals, satellites and antennas that could send pulses of energy in harmony with the planet. The aliens watched silently from above. Their massive ships had stopped attacking. They hovered like predators unsure of their prey. They are controlling it, one alien said, confusion in its tone. They are cooperating with their world. Meanwhile, humans were learning quickly. Soldiers, once trained only to destroy, now trained to coordinate with nature. Cities formed communication networks, connecting people not just by technology, but through emotion. Messages of unity, courage, and hope flowed across the globe. Every time humans stood together, Earth responded with subtle power, winds, waves, even magnetic pulses that disrupted alien sensors. The first major test came unexpectedly. A group of alien scouts attempted to land near the Himalayas, hoping to take control of a key region. But as soon as their feet touched the ground, the mountains themselves seemed to resist. Rocks shifted, blocking their path. Avalanches fell in precise patterns, not harming humans, but forcing the invaders to retreat. Humans watched in awe. They realized Earth was protecting them, but only if they helped guide it. In the labs, Dr. Reyes' team worked day and night. They connected satellites to the planet's energy patterns, creating a network that could amplify human intent. If enough of us focus together, she said, we can defend Earth against the entire fleet. And soon they had proof. During a coordinated global experiment, humans focused on one goal: protection. Across continents, people imagined the barrier surrounding the planet. Satellites pulsed in rhythm with the Earth. And above, the alien fleet suddenly found their instruments failing. Their ships shuddered as invisible forces pushed them back. It was not technology. They had no weapons capable of this. It was Earth itself, guided by humans. The aliens were terrified. They had never faced a species that fought with thought, feeling, and life itself. Every time they tried to attack, storms rose, oceans swirled, and lightning struck with precision. Every plan failed. Their confidence was gone. But even as humans celebrated small victories, there was a lesson to learn. Fear and anger still gave the aliens openings. A few humans panicked during attacks, and the planet responded with dangerous, uncontrolled power, minor earthquakes, and sudden storms that harmed humans themselves. Dr. Reyes warned, we must be calm. Unity is our weapon. Division is our weakness. Night fell over the earth. In the cities, lights glowed softly, reflecting the calm hearts of people. In the wilderness, animals moved freely, sensing the planet's pulse. And above, the alien fleet hovered, their lights dimmed, their leaders whispering. They realized something shocking. Earth was not just a battlefield. Earth was alive, and humans were its voice. In secret, the aliens began studying humans more closely, trying to learn how to break the connection. But humans had learned faster. They could communicate across continents. They could amplify Earth's energy. And, most importantly, they had hope, the hope of survival, of unity, and of defending their home. Dr. Reyes looked up at the sky and smiled. "They may have the technology," she said softly, "but we have the planet. And together, there is nothing they can do that Earth will not stop." Across the world, humanity began preparing for the next wave. The aliens would return. They were clever, and they would not give up easily. But humans had learned something incredible. They were not powerless. They were part of a force that no enemy could break. And high above, in the cold emptiness of space, the alien fleet hesitated. The humans were stronger than they had expected. The planet was stronger than they had ever imagined. For the first time, the invaders understood one truth. They were not facing a species. They were facing a planet, and a people who had become one with it. The universe waited, and Earth, guided by humans, was ready. The alien fleet did not wait long. Days after humans learned to guide Earth's power, the sky darkened with thousands of ships. Their goal was clear: test humanity and take control of the planet by force. From orbit, their massive vessels descended slowly, glowing like silent predators. Cities trembled under their shadow. People ran for shelter, but the scientists warned. Panic was dangerous. Fear could give the aliens a chance. Calm was the weapon. Dr. Amelia Reyes stood on a hill overlooking the city. "We cannot fight them like a normal army," she said. "Earth fights for us, but only if we stay united. Focus. Do not fear." The first alien troops touched down near the deserts of Africa. Huge machines rolled across the sand, scanning for humans. But Earth responded immediately. Sandstorms rose in twisting walls, separating humans from the invaders. Rocks moved like living creatures, blocking their path. The aliens fired energy beams, but every strike was absorbed or deflected by invisible shields formed from the planet's energy. In the cities, humans learned to synchronize their thoughts. Soldiers, children, and civilians concentrated on one goal: protecting life. Electrical storms formed above the alien landing zones, striking with precision. Trees moved as barriers, rivers swelled to block machines, and animals guided humans to safety. Earth had become an active soldier. The aliens tried to adapt. They unleashed their advanced weaponry, firing massive lasers and plasma cannons. But the planet was unpredictable, responding in ways the invaders could not anticipate. A canyon rose beneath their machines, swallowing entire squads. A storm of fire and lightning forced ships to retreat into the sky. Amid the chaos, humans realized something extraordinary. Their emotions directly influenced the planet. Courage strengthened the storms. Unity focused earthquakes. Hope stabilized cities. Conversely, panic weakened defenses. One frightened group in a town caused a sudden tremor that collapsed part of a bridge. Humans learned quickly. Control yourselves, and Earth will control the enemy. High above, the alien leaders conferred. "This world is alive," one said. "Its people are not separate. They are part of it. We cannot destroy them without destroying it. And if we do, the energy, it will be uncontrollable." Meanwhile, Dr. Reyes coordinated the humans like conductor of a grand symphony. Every village, every city, every community worked together. Global communication devices amplified the human signal, sending pulses across the planet. A wave of energy rose from the Earth, invisible but powerful, sweeping across the alien fleet. Ships faltered, systems failed, and panic spread among the invaders. The aliens tried a desperate maneuver. Their largest ship unleashed a massive energy blast aimed at a major city. But Earth itself rose to defend. Mountains shifted, oceans surged, and a wall of pure energy formed between the city and the blast. The beam struck the wall and shattered harmlessly into the sky. Humans cheered, but Dr. Reyes cautioned, "This is not the end. They will try again. Stay focused. Stay united." The clash continued for hours. Aliens landed in smaller groups, testing different regions. But each time, Earth responded. Forests, rivers, and storms became living barriers. Humans guided them, and together they formed a perfect defense. For the first time in recorded history, a species fought an army through its planet itself. By nightfall, the aliens retreated. Their ships limped back into orbit, damaged and confused. Humans looked up at the sky, exhausted but alive. They had won the first battle, not with weapons, but with courage, unity, and the power of Earth. Dr. Reyes smiled, but her eyes were serious. "They have learned to fear us," she said. "But this is only the beginning. The universe is watching, and next time they may return stronger." Across the world, humans understood something vital. Earth was not just their home. It was their ally, their weapon, and their protector. And together, there was nothing, even the universe itself, that could stand against them if they remained united. And somewhere in space, the alien fleet recalculated their strategy, realizing one terrifying truth. They were not just fighting humans. They were fighting a planet, and a species that had become one with it. The war had begun. The night after the great battle, Earth was quiet. Cities had survived. Forests had healed. Rivers had calmed. Humans walked the streets, looking up at the sky, wondering what had just happened. The alien fleet had retreated, but their presence was still felt. Dr. Amelia Reyes stood on a cliff, gazing at the stars. "They are out there," she whispered, "watching, learning, trying to understand us and Earth." Across the planet, humans were realizing something profound. They had fought not with weapons, not with technology, but with connection to their planet and to each other. The storms, earthquakes, and strange pulses of energy were no longer frightening. They were signs of a bond humanity had never imagined. Earth was alive, and humans were its voice. In the skies, alien ships hovered far from the planet, communicating with each other in strange patterns. "They are extraordinary," one alien said. "We cannot predict their strength. Their planet, it is alive, and its people are part of it. We underestimated them." Humans did not yet understand the full power of Earth, but they were beginning to learn. Scientists like Dr. Reyes studied the pulses, discovering that each thought, each emotion, amplified or weakened the planet's defenses. Calm, hope, courage, they strengthened Earth. Fear, anger, doubt, they could weaken it. Across cities and towns, humans began practicing unity. Families held hands, communities shared resources, children played without fear, and people across continents sent messages of encouragement. Every act of cooperation sent ripples across Earth's energy, stabilizing the planet and increasing its power. For the first time in history, humans understood their place in the universe. They were not just inhabitants. They were partners, guardians, Earth's voice in the cosmic silence. And the universe seemed to notice. Stars shimmered differently, as if watching. Distant planets pulsed faintly, responding to the new energy emanating from Earth. Alien civilizations that had not known about this planet before began observing from afar. Earth had awakened, and the galaxy was taking note. But not all humans were at peace. Some still feared the power within them, fearing what would happen if they lost control. Dr. Reyes spoke to them in a global broadcast. "Fear weakens us. Division weakens Earth. But together, we are unstoppable. This planet is alive, and we are its guardians. We are its voice. Remember that, and nothing, not even the stars, can harm us." In the oceans, strange lights glimmered beneath the waves. In the forests, trees swayed even without wind. The mountains seemed to hum. Earth itself was alive, and the humans who had awakened it felt the energy flowing through them. And somewhere in the dark reaches of space, the alien fleet retreated to distant star systems, confused and awed. They had fought civilizations before, but never one that could defend itself through its own planet. They had learned a terrifying truth. Humans and Earth together were more powerful than any weapon they had. The universe, for the first time, fell silent. Stars seemed to pause. Even comets slowed as if watching. It was as if every corner of existence was holding its breath, waiting to see what humanity would do next. Dr. Reyes stood once more under the night sky. "We have survived," she whispered. "But this is only the beginning. The universe is watching, And now it knows that Earth is alive and humanity is ready. The planet trembled softly, not in anger, but in anticipation. A gentle hum ran through the soil, the air, and the water. It was a promise, a warning, a beginning. The universe had heard the voice of Earth, and it would never forget it. The world awoke to a calm unlike any other. The skies were clear, the ocean sparkled, and the winds whispered gently through the forests. But beneath the surface, the planet was alive, pulsing with energy. Humans could feel it deep in their hearts. Earth had chosen its guardians, and they had answered the call. Dr. Amelia Reyes stood at the edge of a cliff, overlooking the horizon. She watched children play, families rebuild, and communities thrive. "This is what we fought for," she said softly. "Not just survival, but unity. Not just power, but harmony. Earth and humanity together." Across the planet, humans continue to focus their thoughts, their emotions, their intentions. Each act of kindness, courage, or hope sent waves of energy across the world. Every human became part of Earth's consciousness, and Earth became part of theirs. They were no longer separate. They were one. In space, the alien fleet remained at the edge of the solar system, silent and hesitant. They had witnessed something extraordinary. Humanity had survived, not through weapons, but through connection. They had seen a species rise not just in strength, but in purpose. Every ship, every probe, every weapon of theirs had failed, and they had learned a lesson they would never forget. Earth was alive, and humans were its guardians. On Earth, new discoveries began. Scientists found that even small gestures, helping a neighbor, planting a tree, protecting an animal, amplified the planet's power. Humanity had become a force of nature itself. Cities, towns, villages, and forests were linked through this invisible energy, a network stronger than any technology. But even as humans celebrated, they understood the responsibility they now carried. Earth's power was immense. It could protect, but it could also destroy if misused. Fear, hatred, or selfishness could awaken the planet's wrath as easily as hope, courage, and unity could strengthen it. Humanity had been tested, and they had passed, but they had to remain vigilant. In the far reaches of space, distant civilizations observed Earth's awakening. The tremors of its power spread far beyond the solar system, reaching planets and stars that had never known life like this. They saw a species that had transformed their home into a living guardian, a force that could challenge even the vastness of the cosmos. And on Earth, the humans felt it. A quiet hum ran through the soil, the air, and the water. Mountains stood taller, rivers flowed stronger, and the wind carried whispers of possibility. The planet was awake. Humanity was awake. Together, they were unstoppable. Dr. Reyes looked at the night sky one last time. The stars seemed to shine differently now, as if acknowledging the bond between humans and their planet. She smiled. "We are ready," she said. "The universe may watch, but we are not afraid. Earth is with us, and we are part of Earth. Together, nothing can stop us." And somewhere, far across the galaxy, alien civilizations whisper of a world they had once underestimated. A world where life, thought, and planet had become one. A world that had awakened. The universe trembled, not in fear, but in awe. A new dawn had arrived. For Earth, for humanity, and for all who had witnessed the rise of a species that had learned the greatest truth. Unity is power, and the planet itself is alive. And as the first light of that dawn touched the oceans and the mountains, a quiet promise echoed through every heart and every corner of the world. Earth would always protect those who protect it. Humanity had awakened. The universe would never be the same. Months had passed since the Great Awakening. Humanity had learned to live in harmony with Earth. Cities thrived. Forests and oceans were healthier than ever. People celebrated the bond they now share with their planet, understanding that Earth was alive, and that they were part of its consciousness. Yet, even in this peace, a quiet hum echoed through space. Alien scouts, far beyond the solar system, reported strange energy pulses. They spoke of a world that had become a force unlike any other, a planet united with its species. The reports traveled quickly through alien civilizations, whispering of a challenge they could not ignore. Dr. Amelia Reyes stood in her observatory, staring at the night sky. Satellites showed unusual readings, far beyond the reach of the solar system. "Something is coming," she said. "The universe has noticed us, and not everyone will welcome our awakening." Across Earth, children played under skies streaked with auroras caused by the planet's energy. Farmers felt a gentle pulse guiding their crops. Soldiers trained not for war, but to understand Earth's strength. Humanity had grown stronger, but the hum of distant stars reminded them that the cosmos was vast, and not every civilization would accept a planet that fought with its people. High above, in the black reaches of space, alien fleets gathered in secret. They did not plan to invade yet. They were cautious. Earth had proven it was dangerous. But curiosity and ambition stirred. A new test was coming. One that might challenge not just humanity, but the very balance of the planet's power. Back on Earth, humans felt it. A ripple through the soil, the water, and the air. A whisper of energy, faint but undeniable. It was as if the planet itself was alerting them. Something beyond the stars was approaching. Dr. Reyes spoke to the global network of leaders and scientists. "Earth has protected us before. It will protect us again. But this time, we must be ready, not just to defend, but to learn. The universe is awake to us, and we are awake to it." In forests, deserts, mountains, and oceans, humans paused. They felt the pulse of Earth flowing through them. A new unity formed, stronger and wiser than before. This was not just survival. This was the dawn of a species that had learned to fight with its planet, and now, to face the unknown cosmos. And far beyond, among the stars, distant civilizations whisper with awe and fear. Earth has awakened and humanity is no longer alone. The universe waited. Years had passed since Earth awakening. Humanity had grown wiser, stronger, and more united than ever. Cities now thrived in harmony with forests and oceans. Humans understood the energy that flowed through their planet. They were Earth's guardians, and Earth was theirs. Yet, as they looked up at the night sky, they knew the universe was vast and full of unknown possibilities. Strange energy patterns appeared beyond the solar system. Signals, subtle and ancient, hinted at civilizations that had never before noticed Earth, or perhaps had never dared approach. Dr. Amelia Reyes gathered the world's leaders and scientists in a global summit. "Earth is strong," she said, "but the cosmos is infinite. Our unity has saved us, yet the universe will test us in ways we cannot yet imagine." In space, alien fleets observed quietly. Some remembered their defeats. Others whispered of legends of worlds that could think, fight, and survive as one with their planet. They debated cautiously, for they had learned that Earth was no ordinary world. Humanity was no ordinary species. Back on Earth, humans felt the pull of the cosmos. Children gazed at the stars, dreaming of what lay beyond. Farmers sensed subtle shifts in Earth's pulse, as if the planet itself was preparing for something. Soldiers trained not just for defense, but for exploration. Scientists discovered faint ripples of energy stretching across light years, a cosmic signal reaching toward Earth. Dr. Reyes stood under the sky, feeling the hum of the planet beneath her feet. "We have learned to fight together, to protect life, to protect Earth. But now, we must learn to reach beyond our world. The universe watches us, and perhaps it is waiting for us to answer." The ocean shimmered. Mountains glowed faintly in the night. The wind whispered through forests and cities alike. Earth was alive, and it was aware of the universe beyond. Humanity felt it, an unspoken promise. Together, they could face whatever lay ahead. And far across the stars, civilizations whispered of a planet unlike any other. A world where a species had become one with their planet. A world that could no longer be underestimated. The cosmic horizon stretched endlessly. The future was unknown. The challenges were unimaginable. But Earth and humanity stood ready, united as one. The universe trembled, not in fear, but in anticipation. A new era had begun.